Gareth, the games, as we always know, come thick and fast. We're into preparing for Wednesday's game against Norwich. I know after the game at the weekend, you were disappointed. How's that feeling now, 48 hours ago?
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the goals we conceded. There wasn't much in the game. Again, chances, we've got to create more chances. We're trying. We try and work on this. The chances we created at West Brom, we seem to have quite a few. And I'm thinking we're turning the corner here, and then, we sort of go back a step really on that side of things. We need to start hitting their goal more, and in all aspects of the game. The transitions, the possession, the set pieces. We've got to do this. But again, just some sloppy goals to concede as well, which has been the story. It's been a real tough story to try and turn around. But again, we're positive going into Norwich because we've got a chance to win this game. They've been on a sticky run as well. We've got to get a win from somewhere. We really do. And I'm hoping that the boys can turn up for Norwich in a big way because one or two of them, I think, didn't do themselves justice of the player they are. Not just Saturday, but this season. I think there's more to come from some of them, and I want to get that out in them on Wednesday. Hopefully, give them the confidence to go out there and express themselves and put a winning performance together. That's what we need.
How challenging is it? Because you've used 3 different formations in the time you've been at the club, and you're obviously trying to tweak and get the best out of the individuals, but you haven't almost got the time to spend on that. So how challenging is it trying to do that while also trying to get those results that we desperately need?
Yeah, it is trying, it's testing, and like you say, you find someone who's crazy who keeps trying to do the same thing, and not getting the right results. So when I first came in, trying to implement the style that I had and that I'm used to, this sort of high pressing style and stepping into midfield and things like that. And the boys actually, I think, were a little bit uncomfortable at times. It's something different to them, and so we changed. And the last couple of games we've been a solid sort of 4-4, and I think it worked really well at West Brom. I think second half especially, I thought we created so many chances. It was great. We should have gone on to win that game. Fans were buoyed. It was a real good feeling. So I didn't expect to see that on Saturday against Coventry. I thought we'd be solid again, but we were open, and that wasn't nice to see. They have got probably the best striker in the league, by the way, Gorkiesi. He'll be up there. He'll be in the Premier League next year without a doubt. But still, we've got to deal with these strikers because Norwich have got a couple of big players as well. Sargent, Pookie. There's some names here that you know that are going to give you problems. So we've just got to grab hold of whatever we want to do on Wednesday. I want the boys to commit to it totally, to embrace it fully. The fit players are back now. We're trying to get them up to speed as much as possible on the fitness side without breaking them again. We've had 1 or 2 issues over the weekend, which is hard to take again. But it's indicative of what's happened here this season. It's a real tough season for everyone involved with QPR. I know I've only had the tail end of it, but I understand the fans' frustrations. I really do. It's a tough old place to manage, and I can't wait to get my stamp on things and get stuck into it. And as I say, maybe a few players that I'd want to that I think would turn things around here, but I have to do that in the window, and we have to be a championship club for me to do that, because that's really important. I don't want this club to be relegated. Up or down, we'll give our all, and that's what I'll say. It's a pleasure to manage this club, and I'll be giving my all for Wednesday.
You touched on team news there. Leon Balogun came off before the end. How is he, and is there better news from the treatment room regarding recovery?
Yeah, hopefully Tuma Robinham and maybe Tyler will shake off his little niggle that he had on Saturday. He picked up a niggle in the warm-up, which was crazy, but hopefully he'll be back as well. I think Jake Clark-Salter's not too far away, but Leon, limping off there. He's not the type of player that will leave his teammates, for 5 minutes without 11 men. So it was tough to see him come off, because I like Leon. I think he's been a good organiser. He's a good pro. But if we have to go without him for this one, we'll go for it.
And in terms of Norwich, you look at this is the 4th team in a row we're playing who are in and around the playoffs with so much to fight for, just as we have so much to fight for. Does that make it an additional challenge, Norwich just on the fringe of those top 6?
Yeah, of course. All the teams we're playing now, I think Burnley are going for something. Stoke will probably maybe have a playoff hope. Bristol City, maybe, I don't know, they may be mid-table. But Norwich, definitely, they've got playoff hopes, So all the teams at the moment that we've got, they're all going for something. But I prefer it like that. I think there's more on the games and they'll come at us, which is good. It may leave some gaps for us, but we've got to exploit these gaps. We've got to try and make sure that we're better going forward. We're getting more shots on goal. We're getting better results from our set pieces. We've got to be good at this. But on the flip side, we've got to be solid as well. It's something I worked on really hard from the start when I came in. But we do seem to be well open at the back there, and that's very tough to contain when you've got these super players playing against you. So yeah, boys have hopefully got to grab hold of everything we give them over the next 2 days and put a great performance in against Norwich on Wednesday.
Everyone knows the run we've been on, and like we said before, it precedes you coming into the club. But how do you get, for the last 4 games, the players to play without fear and with confidence on the back of that?
Just nothing to lose, there isn't. I can say, right, we were relegated 19 years ago, we came back up after 2 seasons. You do that. That happens in football. There's a lot worse things going on in the world than that. But I understand it would be terrible for this football club, But people say it's disaster and tragedy, and people they're not disasters and tragedies. The other things are disasters and tragedies. This would be a relegation which we'd have to deal with, take on the chin. I'm going to say to the boys, forget that. Play with no fear. Everyone's looking at us thinking they're going to go. QPR are going to go. They're on such a bad run. Just go out there like you've got nothing to lose, and that's what I'll be saying to the boys, because it's tough. I feel for the boys. I really do. They're a great bunch. They're a good bunch of people. There's not one bad egg in there. Nobody's sapping the energy. Nobody's spreading nasty stuff around the changing room or anything. But on the flip side, I don't think we've got too many energisers and too many real absolute leaders, and I think that's been missing as well. So, I have to do that. That's got to come from me and my staff on the side. But listen, we're going to give it with nothing to lose. Go into these games, just enjoy your football. Win the game, brilliant. If they lose the game, I'll take it. I'll take the defeat. I'm big enough to do that. I'm old enough and ugly enough to take the defeat. So everyone can come at me. That's fine. But just give me everything, boys, because that's what I need. It's going to be tough, but it'll be a magnificent achievement if we can stay in the Championship. And
very finally, the fans are understandably frustrated with how this season has gone. Yeah. But it's really interesting. They're turning out in their numbers at Loftus Road and on their travels. And when we went 1-0 down against Coventry, it was the QPR fans who started singing before the restart. Yeah. They're desperately trying to do everything they can to get us across the line. And I know you've said it before, but their role is so important.
I've asked them, and thank you, they have responded, and I know there's some frustrations at the end, but I made sure I walked around every single corner of that ground and clapped them all, because I gave my best, and okay, if that's not good enough, then on that day, I can't do any more. And if my players are doing the same as well, clap them off the pitch, because I know the QPR fans gave their best as well. So I'll go over to you and salute you, so thank you for that. And they were, even at 1-0 down, they were singing, they got behind us. I think at 2 and 3, it got a little bit frustrating, and that's understandable. But keep with us, please keep with us, because you can play a big part in this. And I say they'll be around long after I've gone. They were the first time when I was a player. They were still here long after I went and come back again. And it's their club, it really is. But do you know what? I feel like a big part of this club as well. I've ran through a brick wall for it, and I'm trying to do everything I can as a manager to try and keep us in this league. I'll keep going. Please get behind us. Wednesday will be a big game for us, and hopefully we can get the right result.